my wasabis, this is Jirbie from Couchwasabi. So for today, I'm going to be comparing two kinds of essential oil. This was requested in one of my videos, in one of my EO spotlights, and I thought it's a good idea to compare them side by side. So for today, I will be featuring frankincense versus sacred frankincense, or Boswellia carteri versus Boswellia sacra. So if this is something that you'd want to see, please keep watching. Okay, so I have my three kits today because I'll be getting them from different categories. In one of my videos last week, I shared with you how I organize my oils. So I will be pulling all my frankincense across brands so we have like a better form of comparison. Here is my student supplies kit from my school. And the last one is from Aroma. For oils like frankincense, I don't like gambling with unknown brands. I'd rather stick to brands that are known to provide pure essential oils. Kasi frankincense is really expensive, so if you're gonna scrimp on it and buy from unknown brands, especially those that do not even provide purity tests, sayang lang yung pera mo. I know you may find cheaper frankincenses online on Shopee or on Lazada, but just keep in mind na stick na lang with brands that are known to provide pure essential oils. Marami naman na here in the Philippines. Unlike 2 years ago, it was very, very hard. I had to import all my oils kasi wala dito. When I started studying aromatherapy, the certification, I really needed to buy the student supplies kit kasi it's so hard to find these oils here. So if I were gonna buy them abroad, I'd rather just get them all in one place. That's why I got it from my school. But now there are many options. You can even go to the stores, to Gourdos, and buy Aroma. You can go to malls, or since we are in this situation, everything is just online. You can buy everything online. But yun lang, reminder to please stick with brands that are known to provide pure essential oils just to minimize the risk. And you know, it's also safer for you guys. Alright, so I've brought out all my frankincenses. Ito yung mga frankincense ko. They are all the same. Boswellia carteri. And this is my Boswellia sacra. I've mentioned this before. I've asked about this before from my teacher, asking the difference of both. And I was told by Amy Gapper. She said they're the same. It's just that they are sourced from different regions, perhaps, or basta different places. Kaya mas mahal yung sacra. So, I could like that to your dalawang klaseng LME. There's Canarium ovatum and Canarium luzonicum, right? So, parang dahil magkaibang source siya and ibang region, one can be more expensive than the other. So, let's first take a whiff of frankincense. Actually, this video concept is requested by one of you guys in one of my previous EO spotlights, and the request was to compare frankincense against each other, but I wanted to also include sacred frank kasi this entire video is actually a collaboration with Catherine Fabello. So, para sa inyong mga taga-CDO, Cagayan de Oro, antay-antay lang kayo dyan kasi soon, meron na rin kayo certified aromatherapist who is legit and talagang nag-graduate from a really reputable institution. She will be graduating from Aromahead Institute and she's on her way to get her diploma. She's just finishing off her course. And this is a collaboration with her kasi I learned this from her. She's been using these oils to manage her children's autism. So if you want to learn more about that, about essential oils and autism, don't forget to tune in tomorrow over at my podcast. I will link it down below, but you can go to Spotify and search for Couchwasabi. You will be able to find my podcast called Live Well with Aromatherapist Jirbie Go. And tomorrow's topic will be essential oils and autism, and I will be featuring Catherine of Kiddy Mama PH. The whole idea was brought up kasi nga we were talking about it, and These are some of the oils that she's been using. So if you want to learn more about that, about autism and essential oils, or if you have friends who you think na makikinabang dun sa podcast na yon, don't forget to invite them to listen in. And yeah, without further ado, let's start with the smell test. I know I've had other brands before. Like, I know I've had frankincense from Plant Therapy, I think. And I remember yung Plant Therapy kaamoy ng Zelaroma. So let me just compare this. Kasi yung amoy ng Zelaroma frankincense, it's really parang pang temple. It's like, yung amoy ng resinous, yung temple, pang meditate talaga. And I like that. Kasi I like it when the aroma is there. Let's just smell Young Living's. Iba yung twist ng Young Living. It's more bright kay Young Living versus kay Zelaroma. Kay Zelaroma parang mas musky. Kay Young Living mas bright. Yan. And finally, I will sniff from my student supplies kit. This is from Mikael Zayat. I hardly use this, to be honest. Iba rin. Parang mas floral ito. Although hindi floral yung frankincense, it's a resin. But it has more of that lighter, fresher note. If I would compare them, this has the lightest smell, and then this one would go in the middle kasi meron din siyang vibrancy and brightness. All of them smells differently. If I were to give you a blind smell test, I would think na akalain mo hindi sila frankincense lahat kasi iba-iba sila ng amoy. And that's what's beautiful about essential oils. Kasi it's almost always different. Like even with a certain company, even if you've been using, for example, frankincense and plant therapy forever and ever, you may notice na nag-iiba siya. It depends per batch, it depends on the time it was grown, it depends on the environmental factors as well. Alright, so let me sniff naman itong sacred frankincense from Eden's Garden. It's nice that they are all equally represented. Iba-iba sila ng brands. Okay. This has, okay, if I were gonna put them and arrange them according to its muskiness, strength, I would put this here. Kasi this would still have some of that brightness, but it also has a lot of also that grounding note. But I feel this has more of the grounding note. With regard to its smell, I would probably go for this one. Simply because I use frankincense for its grounding properties. And I don't like it when the oil is too grounding, yung parang sobrang musky. That's why I veer away from the vetivers and the patchoulis. The most that I can handle is sandalwood or cedarwood. I hate petitgrain. I hate yung mga ganun, yung parang masyadong heavy yung amoy. I really don't like it. So the most that I can handle is this. And it's still frankincense, although I don't really use this nga for diffusion. I like using this in my personal passive aromatic diffuser or basta inhaler, yung mga ganon, rather than putting it on a diffuser. But frankincense on its own is a really good respiratory support, so it's really nice for your inhalers. And this has been used by a lot of cultures all throughout history for meditative purposes. So, sikat na sikat talaga yung frankincense, its resin, as a meditative thing. So, there you go. I hope that I was able to shed light about these oils. I don't know, talaga sa akin, parang mas grounding ito. But you can try if you have the chance to get Zelaroma's frankincense. Please compare it with your frank and leave a comment down below or shoot me a comment on my Instagram when I post about this video. I'd love to hear what you think. I really love to know kung ano yung impression for you. How did the oil make you feel? Or what can you say about them? Para hindi lang ako yung salita ng salita. Para naman alam ko rin yung feedback nyo. So I guess that's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have any other comparison requests, I have a lot of duplicate oils here. Let me just check kung ano pang pwede kong gawin. I have 2 nerolies. I know I have 2 Rose, I think. I have Rose Absolute and Rose Auto. I have a couple of duplicates here, like from My School and Young Living, or like I can compare Young Living and Zelaroma. If meron kayong request on what I should compare next, don't forget to shoot them down below. I'd love to hear what you think, and I'd love to accommodate what you'd want to see here on my channel. And if you're new here, don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to listen in tomorrow and join us on my podcast at Live Well with Aromatherapist Jirbie Go. Alright, so I guess that's all for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope to see you on my next video. Bye! Thank you.